Good evening and welcome back to day 65 of 100 Days of Sewing with Queenie Quilts. My name is Catherine Wilson. I am your host. Welcome back. All right, so the board is getting thinner, slimmer, less cluttered. Pick one, doesn't matter. Same deal. So I've gotten a lot of things done since we met last. I got all of the panels. So these started out as those panels that you saw. The blue ones, and I've gotten them cut, taken care of. So these become the blue side of Sundial. Tomorrow I'm going to work on the red side. So I have the papers here, and the fabrics are here. So I still need to go through and cut my strips. So these are all done using 2.5 inch strips. So I have not cut the strips for those yet. I have picked all of the fabrics. So it has 20 reds and 20 blues. And you make 4 panels. And then from those 4 panels, you cut all these different components. And then they will get sewn together in some way, fashion, or form at some point in the future. So tomorrow's plan is to get the red ones cut and sewn. It doesn't take very long. The panels only have 10 strips. So they take about 15 minutes per panel to sew. But as I have a full-time job and a lot of stuff to do, I don't often get a lot of time to sew. So I also got the 2 quilts that were up here, the sibling quilts. Those are all sewn, so the components are all sewn. I still need to put borders on those, and I'm hoping to get them on the long arm by Thursday. That's my short order plan. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, just a lot of things going on in the studio. I did get all of the scrap tape big pieces made. So these are the 15-inch ones. These are the 10.5s. I have not trimmed all of those. So there's half of them there, and then the other half are over here. The ones that got really wonky are over here. So I did not get the Thanksgiving things that I wanted to get done. They're over here in this reject pile. I got started, but I didn't like them. And I didn't really have a lot of time to come up with something else, so we just went without. It was fine. It was still a great Thanksgiving. So that's what we've got going on in the studio today. As I said, tomorrow I'm going to work on the red side of these and hopefully be able to show you what that's going to look like. I also need to do some fabric selection this evening to pick out the background fabrics. It uses 2 different background fabrics, one in the center around the, see if I can get you a picture of it. Let's see if I have a picture. Yeah. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this actually. So there's 2 backgrounds, one around the centers of the spikes and one that's out here. So I'm going to do some grays, maybe, well, light grays, maybe white on the center. I am doing, I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we talked about this project, I'm doing kind of a 4th of July theme. So I've just got to find the right things. I'm sure there's more than adequate fabric in the stash. I just need to go and pull it out. So that's where I'm going to start. As you know, we are still in scrap down for the rest of the year. I do think I'm going to continue that project next year, which is essentially a try not to buy anything. Now, let's be realistic. As a quilter, I'm completely incapable of not buying fabric. It's just, I'm incapable. And I'm okay with that. But I really am trying to get my stash under control. Instead of having, I think I have 14 tubs worth of fabric that's in the studio. And then I have some in the garage and some in the spare room and some under the bed. And, you know, as with most quilters, it kind of takes over your house and your life. So my plan is to get everything by the middle of next year, to have everything just in the sewing room, no fabric in other places. So I have been slowly this year moving stuff in, probably moving a bin of fabric in to the studio every month. So I have made quite a bit of progress, but you know, not buying fabric is just not realistic. So I will say that everything from this one, from Sundial, is from my stash. So I went through all my reds and all my blues and picked all of those. I do still need to go through the golds, which is a color that I struggle with. It's a shade of yellow, and yellow is not my favorite color. So I don't have a lot of selection in, and especially because I need gold. As you know, if you've been around for any period of time, I like bright colors. So I don't have a lot of, the yellows that I have tend to not be gold. So, and I need sort of burnished, you know, kind of that red, white, and blue counterpoint. So we'll see what I can find. Hopefully I think I do. I really only need a little bit. I need 8 2.5-inch strips. So I'm sure there's plenty there. It's just gonna be a matter of picking the most appropriate ones. So, but I'm gonna continue that project next year to continue my efforts to use up the fabrics that I have and stop collecting new ones in the generous amounts which I have done in the past. So, as I said, I will continue to buy fabric. It's just unrealistic for me to not buy. And the other piece of that is that very often, while I have a lot of fabric, when it comes to certain projects, the fabric that might qualify for that project, I don't have enough of in my stash. That especially tends to happen for me in teal, blue, and purple, because I have worked those fabrics so often. They are my go-to colors. As a result, I don't have a lot of yardage in those color groups. I have lots of small yardage pieces, you know, a yard and less, but I don't have a lot of stuff that could be a border or could be a backing, could be a background. So we'll just keep going and see where we can get. In the meantime, yeah, we're just kind of trying to clean up the studio, finish up a bunch of projects in preparation for Christmas, do a bunch of things that need to be done. I found another project last night when I was cleaning that I need to do by Christmas. There's only a few weeks, so, you know, lots of things to do. Anyway, I just wanted to check in tonight so you could see what we've got going on. I'll show you the red ones tomorrow. I'll probably still have those in panels when I put them up on the wall tomorrow afternoon, but we'll see. So that's it for tonight, and I hope you guys have a great time and find some time to sew for yourself tonight. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.